Hi everyone, I'm Tracy, and thank you Precious for that. Thank you, and also Trevor and Zoo. Okay. I never thought I would study in a foreign country. For that, I'm Chinese in every aspect of my life. My use of chopsticks to pick up food, my love for latiao, and my modest English speaking skill. I almost thought it was a joke when my parents said that there was an American high school that has a zoo, and if I want to, they'll allow me to study alone in the US. It was frightening to fly to a foreign country alone. The diversity of people's skin colors, languages, and behaviors made me feel really small. Learning about the American culture is fun and confusing at the same time. I had a great time eating cheese, something I wouldn't do in China since it's not a traditional dish. I'm grateful for all the friendships I have built here, but amongst all, I'm most grateful for the friendships I have with the animals at the Trevor Zoo. The zoo is indeed a unique place. You can never find another zoo that has a bunch of teenagers walking around exhibits with compost buckets, bamboos, and meatballs made of horse meat, linactone, vitamin C, and carrots. Growing up with hamsters, rabbits, goldfish, tadpoles, dogs, and cats, I used to think that animals were just playmates or pets, and humans had the power to do whatever they want with their animals. There was no equality between me and the animals, but the Trevor Zoo showed me a much deeper side, animals' behaviors and their similarities to humans. When I used to feed the black and white lemurs in my freshman year, I noticed that the dominant female always step ahead while the male waited behind to get the food. This moment reminded me of the Naxi people that still exist in southwestern China, where women make most family decisions. Another time, when I was changing the food bowl for the lemurs, the smallest one held my hand with its cold little black fingers. We looked at each other for 5 seconds. I felt my lemur friend's telepathy, even though he was just trying to get the banana on my hand. All my animal friends have tempers, emotions, and feelings. A great example is the North American river otter Nash, who only swims in the zoo probably 5 times a week. I found my animal friends very interesting. Their complexity prompted me to do more readings and research about animal behaviors. In anthropologist Edward Taylor's classic book, Panpsychism, I saw the other side of the world, how human perception of animals has shaped human cultures, such as the composition of totems and religions. It has even led to a deeper understanding of the human family and the social behavior that families exhibit together. We can see this in the ringtail lemur's matriarchal society. One summer, I volunteered to protect endangered leopards in northern China and study their natural habitat. I located infrared cameras on trails to better understand their migration behaviors. I didn't see any wildlife, but only footprints of foxes, wild boars, cows, rabbits, and pheasants. I thought those animals were just really shy. But my heart broke when I saw a picture of a leopard with its eyes closed and its mouth blackened, which are signs of poison. Right next to the picture hung on the wall of the ecosystem protection base. I was very angry at the local villagers because I thought there should be no excuse of people killing endangered animals. When I talked with the villagers on the next day, in their cornfield, however, I learned about the other side of the story. Villagers poisoned leopards so that they couldn't eat their livestock, on which their livelihoods depended on. A cow was sold at about $1,000 in China, and for those villagers, that's enough to support their entire family for the whole year. I realized that the world wasn't as black and white as I thought it was. Protecting animals depended as much on protecting their behavior as it depended on protecting villagers' interests. There were all sorts of games and balances in between that went far beyond individual interests. The well-being of the leopards depends on that of nearby villagers and other wildlife. Humans have transformed the world in numerous ways, and the relationship between humans and animals has become more complex. It was believed that the COVID-19 pandemic started with people eating wild bats. It then disrupted our lives, forcing us to stay home from work and school. But at the same time, pollution has also gone down, as I can see a much clearer sky in my city, Shenzhen. And more people than ever are discovering the wonders of nature, studying animal adaptations and immune systems. But as we struggle for space and survival, are we encroaching further on the lives of the animals and violating their habitats? 99% of living creatures on the earth are humans. Ultimately, human-animal strife has to be resolved by people, whether it be by governments or conservation organizations. And this constitutes the human-animal-human triangular relationship. Finding stability in the triangle needs to start with understanding. We also need dialogue, mutual respect, and empathy, all of which underpins human civilization. And this is the reason that I love the zoo so much. It is a living school teaching me and other zooies about global responsibility, empathy, patience, and environmental stewardship. Thank you.